Hi, it's Daniel Gargiulo here from Acumen. We're about to release the May 2019 version of the Acumen eye chart, and I'm just going to take you through some of the new features. So the new features that we're adding are support for master dimensions and master measures, the ability to right align the chart by default, which allows you to show the latest time periods first. We also allow you to show all the data points on the x-axis, and we can now customize the default organizational settings. And lastly, it's supported for Qlik since April 2019. So what I'll do now is take you through a quick demonstration of these new features. So when you come into the Acumen eye chart in edit mode and click on the eye chart, you'll now see, if we come down to Appearance and the x-axis, you'll see a couple more control buttons. So the first button here is Scroll to End by default. If we check that on, you'll see that the scroll bar has now moved to the right, and you'll also see where we have the ability to determine how many points show on the x-axis. If you want to show all of the points within your series on the chart at one time, you can just uncheck the Show Scroll Bar option. And that will show all of the points within your series in one chart. And you can then easily take a screen snap and put that into other documents, etc. So the next items that we've included are support for master dimensions and measures, and also organizational default settings. So I'll just move to another sheet to show you these features. So as we've shown in previous videos, under custom objects, extensions, you can scroll down and you'll see the Acumen eye chart. We can add this just like any other chart, but you'll see now we can add master dimensions and master measures, and that will now populate your eye chart. And if we come and look at the measure variables, the default variables that we have set for our organization are 25 points for recalculation, and 8 points for a run, and 7 points for a trend, whereas previously our default settings were 7 and 6. So you can now set this by exporting the zip file, or unzipping the zip file, I should say. Within there is a edit settings here, JSON file. You can open that file up, edit some of the default settings, re-zip the folder up, and import that zip file as an extension again. We've got documentation on how to do that on the Acumen eye chart page on the VisLib site. So again, you can now customize your organizational default settings for these variables, but also for some of the colors, and that will apply to any new charts that you add moving forward into the future. So thanks for listening. We hope it's useful, and we welcome your feedback on further features we can include in the next version.